Hey guys, welcome to Raj Makes Money. How are all my money makers doing today? Hope everybody had a great weekend, got a little time off, nice, relaxed, and enjoyed themselves. But we are almost back to market opening soon. Futures today are looking flat. Not a whole lot going on. So that's actually probably a good sign when the futures are flat. It means you know what? It means not much going on. No, but actually, this is two big interesting things. So Microsoft is in talks to buy Nuance for about 16 billion. That could be big, about a 25% increase. But the other thing in the news that was very interesting was in this Biden declares South Korea battery maker deal a win for U.S. electric vehicles, and this could be pull up this article. This could be very big because obviously we're talking today about Tesla, and obviously we have a big position in CCIV and IDEX, and some of these electric vehicles. But this is really big. This is a big hurdle, and with this $174 billion in spending to boost electric vehicle market and shift away from gas powered cars, and I think they're going to put in something like 500,000 charging stations by 2030. So this could be really big. So electric vehicle stuff tomorrow hopefully sees a nice little pop from this. But it will be very interesting. But positive news, and it's amazing. These two companies in Korea settled with each other. One's going to pay 1.8 billion to the other one in cash and some royalties. But the good news is it's settled, and hopefully, like I said, hopefully we'll see a nice pop tomorrow in CCIV and some of the ones we're playing. Obviously, CCIVs are a big one. Closed down right around 23 bucks. We have 24, 24.50, and $25 strikes. So that's what we're going to be looking for. This is where we finished the day. So if you guys didn't catch it on Friday or see, and this is where we're starting the week. But we just need CCIV at 25 bucks, and we have a $500,000 jackpot right here that we are going to hit. In other news, we thought the research team was up like $1,300. It actually turned out that they were up $1,600 on Friday once everything updated and all the settlements came in. So the research team had a terrific week. They basically traded last week plus a day or two the previous week. So altogether, not bad. They're up $4,100. So 4.1% in 2 weeks. So it's looking really good for them. Or 1.5 weeks, but they've got a lot of plays, so it's gonna be very interesting. A lot of good stuff here if you guys have been watching what they're doing. Of course, all their stuff is on the Patreon Facebook group. Anyone can join us. Just go to patreon.com/Raja Makes Money. I post all my trades on the Patreon page, and Kenny and the research team, all their stuff is on the Patreon Facebook group. So clear that up. But yeah, terrific week. So hopefully this week, me and the research team accounts are both up looking and stuff. But it's going to be very interesting. But like I said, a lot of stuff going on this week. Bitcoin got back up to over 60,000, then dropped a little, but it's sitting at like 60,000. So it's starting to run again near those highs, which is interesting. So, and it's also interesting when Bitcoin starts running, I see some of the meme stocks and some of those seem to come down a little bit. Like people are putting their money in there. And also, like I've said, it seems like Bitcoin runs on the weekends and kind of comes off on the weekdays. I don't know. Some patterns if you look at the charts, but interesting. But yeah, so with that battery news, this could be big for Tesla, and everything. And like I said, all the electric vehicle makers. But yeah, look at Tesla, and I know we've watched and we talk about this one, but this could be an interesting week. Like I said, with some positive news or some stuff, but I think Tesla and all of them will have an up week this week. My big one, I think GameStop's going to 50 bucks, and you're going to say why. It's losing interest. If you look at the charts and you look at the drops and you look at the volume, and what it's done, especially in the last 6 months, and what these patterns are, it hits these peaks and it keeps coming down. And I think we're going to see it retreat pretty hard. The other thing is, like I said, is the volume. When this volume drops on this stock, it is really hard. So outside of hopefully a momentum play or something, it is going to be tough. And that's why I still think I'm still watching this one. If this one has any stability this week and it can sit around 150, maybe there's some strength in it. But if this thing breaks 150, it's going to fall down pretty hard. And I don't think it's going to have that resistance this time at that $110, $115. I think once if it breaks through 100, it's gonna be a long, hard road for it to get back up. Also, with the secondary offering they're doing to raise cash, we don't know when they're doing it, when they're selling those shares, and it's gonna put more shares into the float, which means more people can short it. So unless a gigantic buying power that somebody comes behind it, but I also think a lot of the meme players and the Reddit people have lost interest in it. So I think it's going to be very interesting what that one does. Another one, obviously, been watching that I used to play all the time that I'm going to get back into playing is Apple. So with the markets hitting new highs on Friday, everything's up, but Apple is still $13 a share, so almost 10% down from its all-time high. So this is going to be interesting to watch. Apple has gone and going. If you look at the one-year chart, it's kind of hard when you look at these one-year charts because obviously this is March, April, when the whole world was shut down for those first few weeks, and then everything just explodes. But I think if you look at some baselines and you look in here, then you can kind of get some stuff. It's even with the 5-year chart, it's hard. I mean, definitely some big ramp ups here between August and April, March 1st. But even if you came back to December 1st when it was near its, or January 1st when it was near its year ago, or 2019 high, 2000 early 20 high, it's definitely had a big run up. So, but like I said, I think Apple's going to return to its highs. I think it's going to keep sneaking up. I think you'll see the Dow and the Nasdaq and S&P; those are going to keep sneaking out, but you're going to see some money being reallocated and going to different places and stuff. So it's going to be very, very interested what it does and everything. So Julian says, I have 300K in GameStop stock. I bought at $39. Should I sell? I would tell you, no matter what, you should sell. At least whatever you invested into it. So at least you have all your money out of it and you're not out anything. I think GameStop, and I mean, just based on the charts and based on the rallies, yeah, will GameStop again rally one day and, shoot up 50, 100 points in a day and, somebody's going to come out with something? Of course it will. Will that be tomorrow or next year or 5 years from now? I don't know. But it has a much better chance to keep coming down. And if you watched it last time, once it hits those highs or it gets those little rallies, it just starts coming down and coming down. The other thing is the news is out now. We already know, the Chewy guy is joining to be the chairman of the board. We already know that this e-commerce play, we already know they have 5,000 stores they have to figure out what to do with in the next couple of years and shut them all down. I mean, we know all that. The thing is, what is going to drive that stock price? And that's what you guys have to look at and make educated decisions. In my opinion, like I said, I think it's going to go it's going to go down. It's showing it, and every time when it starts doing this, just like when we had it, unfortunately, the options didn't work in our favor because the premiums and the way the market makers were dealing with us didn't work out. But the stock came from when I first started shorting, it was $340, got all the way down to 115, and then had that pop back to the 185 or whatever, and now it's 158. And like I said, if there's no volume and no buying power, people lose interest in it. So unless it has a big pop or it gets something going and everybody's talking about it, people are going to lose interest. They're going to move on to the next stock. This is an this is like an OTC stock that's been way overdone. It's like an OTC stock that was a penny that goes to 10 cents. Same thing. You got a stock that was $10 that went to 480. And it's going to go back to, $50. Maybe, like I said, I think it was going to stay above that, $20 or whatever it was. But I don't think it has any support to keep it above $50. And, at $40, $50, it's probably realistic, for a 2 or 3 year growth, company if he does turn it around and stuff. So, my slots, do you believe, AABB is going to hit $1? I don't know. That one's got up to like 58 cents or so. I think it's got, it's definitely going to move. Kenny and the research team have played it, or got up to 65 cents. Kenny and the research team have played this one. They've done well in it. I think, like I said, at the 20, 25 cent level, I think it's probably, you have some possibility to get it up. Will it hit $1? It's a momentum play. It just needs the volume. But same thing. You got volume of 28 million. Average volume is 105 million. So people are losing interest in this. Doesn't mean tomorrow that the interest will be back, but as people lose interest, it definitely affects things. Jeff says, have you thought about Neo? Elon tweeted, "Congrats to Neo. That's a tough milestone. It's a 40%. It is 40% down from high." So, and we've looked at Neo before and stuff, and we've played it. Was it like 38, 35? Yeah, 38. Here's the thing with Neo. You've got a stock that it's kind of. I mean, it's honestly this is like Tesla. Well, actually, it's not like Tesla because Tesla actually has profits. So this one here is losing money. So I mean, technically, the market cap of $62 billion is a straight loss if the company's making nothing. And I don't know when they're supposed to project it to turn a profit and everything with it. But honestly, is it worth more than where it's at? I have no clue. I mean, if you look back and where it started, it's above where it started. I don't think it's going to return to these $60 levels unless you start getting some big news and a lot of stuff really comes out with it. So it'll definitely be interesting, where it goes and stuff. So two things tied together. Dylan says thoughts on Coinbase direct listing this week. I think it's going to do well. I think Coinbase is going to make a lot of money off of it, and I think it's going to do good for them. Where it goes from there is hard to say. I mean, it's the same thing. They've told us what they're making. They told us their profits. So it's what do you think is the valuation it's worth? My guess is you'll probably see it go up. It's a big news. Everybody wants in on it. But I think you'll probably see it come down. So it'll probably be like those Airbnb and some of those other big ones last year. They all popped, then they came down, but they've recovered and they've done pretty well overall. Jeff says, Mark, Dodge up to Dogecoin, 0.075. I would hurry up and sell it and run. I personally, I think Robinhood or something, I think there's some inside thing on this whole Dogecoin because, I mean, when the guy who makes a coin, imagine this, let's say, I have the Raja bucks or, the Raja coin. Imagine if I just told you it's a worthless coin. The guy who came up with Dogecoin has said, this is worthless. It's a joke. So, if you want to take your hard-earned money and put it into a joke, that's your choice. Me, I don't want to put my money into a joke, but at the same time, you know what? Some of these jokes, like GameStop and some of these, have done really well and made a lot of people really rich. And then there's also been a lot of people who have lost a lot of money. The guy who bought Signal at $70 after Elon Musk tweeted about that, he's not having a good year in the stock market. I can tell you that. Also, all the people who bought Kodak at $50 and $40, when Donald Trump said Kodak is, we're giving them this huge contract, I'm sure they're not doing as great either. I don't even know where Kodak is. Has anybody followed it? Yeah, $7-8 now. So, I mean, it's crazy. This thing went as high as $60. I mean, it was a $2 stock, went all the way up $60. I mean, it's bounced around a little bit and pops up here and there, but it's the same thing. A company that's losing $10 a share, I mean, a $620 million valuation. That's peanuts for this company. But at one given day, this thing had a $10 billion valuation because of an announcement that never took place. So you have a lot of that stuff. It's just people jumping on it, and a lot of these big ones that move really fast. You just, like I said, you have to be very careful, and you have to, catch them on the swing trades, catch them on dips. Sometimes you have to average down, but just remember, just got to be careful. And like the Kenny and the research team says, they love the dips. But and I mean, this is tremendous. So when you look at this, actually, like I said, he's up 4%. But if you base it, he only has $46,000 in play. So that's almost 10% gain in 8 days, a week and a half or whatever. So definitely, guys, you're not going to want to miss these plays and what the research team's up to and different stuff. So Crazy Carl, I have that coin. I bought it at 2 cents. At 2, I think that's what he said. I have 30,000. I'm up 1,500. Well, Crazy Carl, congratulations, and I hope that you get a better text-to-speak system to use. No, but definitely be interesting. Mark says, CPI Tuesday, what's your plan? No plan at all. I'm pretty much focused this week on CCIV. I'm hoping tomorrow with this new battery agreement, in Korea, I hope that is a good plus for the electric vehicle market, and hopefully it will do good and stuff. Definitely will be good. Ken says it took Tesla 18 years to turn a full year profit, but you also have to remember, Tesla, yeah, I mean, Tesla, is the beginner in the whole industry. It's a lot easier when you have these other companies that a designer worked at Apple, a designer worked at Tesla, or somebody in production came. So a lot of this stuff, years were spent designing the batteries. Now you have companies making these batteries, making charging stations, making all this other stuff. So it's not going to take as long to I think to become profitable like it took Tesla, because you don't have all those hurdles that you had early on, and a lot of it has already been done, and but you never know. I mean, I can tell you one thing: if it took all these other companies 5, 10, or a long time to turn a profit, their stock is not going to look too good. So. Marty says, any good long stocks you have seen recently? Apple, perhaps at these prices. Any others lately? I think Microsoft's, looking good. Dell Computers, one that's has some good stuff. Even Amazon. I think Amazon's come down in price, and if you look at Amazon where it is now, off of its highs, obviously the reopening trades and also the COVID trades. But I mean, it's not that far off its high. I guess $200 off its high, but I like Amazon. I'll tell you why. I think a lot of people now have been trained to order online. I mean, I definitely order a lot more stuff online than I did a year ago or 2 years ago. Some of it's convenience, some of it's, and as they have so many products in there, they're really positioning themselves well, for it. I actually like one of the things I like, and that's is beverages. It blows me away that Amazon can deliver a case of Gatorade to me for the same price that I pay for it in the store, having Amazon Prime. They can deliver it to me to my house for the same price. Outside of the inconvenience of having to, throw boxes away and chop them up, it's so nice. I don't have to go to the grocery store, pick up these heavy things, put them in a cart, go to my car, haul them home. So I mean, I think in some categories they have a huge future. I don't honestly know also sometimes how Amazon can deliver some products to you. You can order a $3 item on Amazon, or I don't know, $5 item, and they deliver it to you the next day for free with Amazon Prime. They've got to be losing money on that, because I mean, if it's a $5 item and the merchant's paying, you know, I don't know, 50 cents a dollar, whatever their cut is. I don't know how they do it. So definitely interesting and stuff. Rod says, can CCIV be $100 stock? Probably one day. I don't think it's any day soon, but like I said, CCIV, I think this week it gets above $25, $26. I think as the news and as the pipe and everything gets closer to the actual SPAC, the merger taking place and everything into Lucent, I think we'll see $30 to $35. But I think it's going to bounce around here and stuff. So it'll definitely be interesting. Crazy Carl, do you think the markets are going up tomorrow? Crazy Carl, I actually do. I think the markets are going to have a good day. I think we're going to continue the rally. I think there obviously COVID cases have come up, but it's in younger people. So while hospitalizations have picked up a little bit, I don't think any of the governors or people are worried outside of the CDC being worried about it. I don't think a lot of these other people are really worried about it. And I think that this could be very interesting too with this whole lawsuit in Florida with this with the cruise, the cruises. How much money is the CDC going to spend fighting a lawsuit? And I don't know how much money is Florida. I think Florida will spend a lot of money because it's a lot of jobs that need to get back to work and a lot of money to be made. And I think they have a great case saying, what's the difference? We can all fly on airplanes. We can go to airports. We can be in cramped quarters. We can do all these things that the federal government, is overseeing. You got to remember, it's kind of interesting. And like I said, this isn't a political thing, but the number one, political power that they have control over is the airports. So when my restaurants and other people's restaurants in all these states were closed, were shut down, no indoor dining, nobody could sit at your bar. You had 10 o'clock curfew. You had all that. But all federal buildings like airports, you could still sit inside their restaurants. You could eat. They weren't every other, bathroom stall out of order. They weren't making you sit, 6 feet apart. They didn't do a thing besides make you wear a mask. But yet the federal agencies, and like I said, I'm not blaming one. It's not a This isn't a Democrat or Republican thing because it happened while the Republicans were in charge, and it's happening when the Democrats are in charge. The airports are ran by the government, and they have the loosest COVID restrictions of anywhere, on the trains, like I said, on airplanes. We're supposed to wear a mask on an airplane, but, we give food and drink to the entire airplane at the same time. So everyone takes their mask off at the same time. Like I said, they're making us follow all these things. So this is going to be very interesting in Florida with the cruise lines. And if these cruise lines get a victory and they can start sailing earlier or with better capacity, they do have a chance to, shoot up faster, which will make more, which could be some big profits for them and stuff. So definitely be interesting and, exciting to see. And I think that this could be an interesting week. So let's see here. Vegas pro gambler. The problem is people made more being unemployed. They don't want to go back to work. My friend's crews don't want to work. One friend can find cooks for him in the restaurant. You know what? We're experiencing the same problem. But this is kind of now interesting. So when it was $600, well, first of all, most people have used up their unemployment benefits. Those only last you for so long. Now they had the extended benefits, which was that extra $600 a week, and now they're giving you this extra $400. The thing I'm finding is, especially with so many places that did go out of business and other places, is, one, where are all these people? I don't think they're all just not working for the $400 a week, because $400 a week, that's $10 an hour. So it's not bad. But I think a lot of people too do want to work. I mean, obviously there's a lot of lazy people, and like I said, at $600, and if you still had unemployment benefits, you could have been getting $1,000 a week. Yeah, those people for 20, $25 an hour, stay home. Why do you want to go work for $15 an hour? But at $400 a week, unless there's 2 or 3 people all living in the same house to survive on that, it's pretty hard to serve. If you're a single person, or I don't know, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, or however your relationship is, 2 people, $800, $3,200 a month. If your rent's $1,500, if you have a car payment, you're barely getting by. So I guess the thing is, you just want to sit at the house, be bored to death with each other, and really not have any extra money to do much, or would you rather get back to work and make $15, $20 an hour if you are a cook or a hospitality person and different stuff? But yeah, I'm experiencing the same problems, and we're paying more than we've ever paid in hourly wages. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to figure out a workforce situation. And like I said, I don't even know where these people are. Even servers and stuff. I have servers making $250 to $1,000 a shift. Getting 20 to 30% in tips. They do $2,000 in alcohol sales, in the nightclub, and they're making $500 to $1,000. I mean, it's crazy money, and we can't even find those people to work. So it's not like those girls or guys and bussers and door guys are sitting at home for the $400. They can make that in one night, and they work 3-4 nights a week. I mean, it's a home run. Plus, they still get the hourly, $10 as a server an hour. I mean, it's insane money. So it'll definitely be interesting what happens. And everything. So Roland says, Scott, ADXI, a biostock, is supposed to have FDA decision Monday. Any thoughts if you follow? So I definitely do not follow it, but we'll take a look at it. See what the research team thinks about it too. They're watching. See what they have to say. This one has been as low as $285, as high as $12. It's right there in the middle. So definitely interesting. Obviously everyone's waiting for news. Volume. So the volume's picking up, on it. Let's look at the 1 month chart. Give us a better idea. It looks like it's been around here. It definitely looks like it's been around here, for a month, 6 months. Looks like it was kind of like here, and then that's when it had its pop and some rallies. So I don't know a whole lot about it, but I think this is one. I guess if the news hits, it should go up. If you get the wrong news, it's probably going to go down pretty fast. So Rupan says at Raja, when do you fly out to Punta Cana? I hope you folks kill it there like you did last visit. Thank you so much, Rupan. And we leave on Tuesday. So Tuesday's show could be late. I'll definitely try and have a show, but we'll be flying most of the day, and then we get in. Also, there's a 3-hour time difference again, so it's a little bit confusing and different stuff. So our times Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week could be all over the place. So we may not have exact times. Also, Sunday show next week. Hopefully, we'll try and have one, but also that's when we're coming back, and we'll have maybe I'll do it as a layover at the airport. But it definitely will be definitely. We definitely will have a show next week and updates for everyone. But the good news is, no matter what, all my trades next week, wherever I am in the world, no matter when, I will always have them in real time on our Patreon group for all you guys. So you won't miss out. Let's see, we got some others. Alton says, and most don't want to work under this great unemployment. $6.50 a week versus minimum wage. So better to be lazy than try to work. Welcome to Biden's U.S. I don't know. I don't think this is just Biden. I mean, Trump had the $600 too and stuff. People know we have a labor issue, and like I said, I don't think we can blame political stuff. And you know what? Like I said, if they have a new restaurant program, and I'm still trying to understand how this works. But I mean, they've given us the PP&E, which has helped. But it's like I told people, I lost 4 months of my business. So, and normally I don't need government handouts, and I'm not looking for that. I know how to run successful businesses, but I lost 4 months of my business. So imagine if you had a business, just to make this really easy. Let's say your business did $1 million a month. You do $12 million a year. If you lose 4 months, you lose $4 million of business. They made me close and lose 1/3 of my business. And here's the thing. I had to pay for I still paid my managers and other stuff. That was my choice. I could have laid them off and, told them to pound sand. But after their loyalty to me for, some have been with me 14 years, I didn't think I should do that. But I still had to pay property tax. They didn't say, you know what? Let's discount your property tax by 30% this year because you were closed for 30%. Nope. My property tax went up. They didn't, I still had to pay utilities. It's not like I could shut the electric off and, let the gas off and let the building, pipes crack. So you still had to pay all these things. So we had some expenses. Now they did do the PP&E. The first round, and then they changed and updated it so it's a little bit better. It still doesn't make up, even if they gave you PP&E that was equal, if your payroll, let's say, most bars and restaurants, let's say your payroll is 25%. So if you had a $12 million business and they give you 8 weeks worth of payroll and you were doing $1 million a month, for our example here, for 8 weeks worth, you would have got basically $500,000. In PP&E money, which covered your labor. So once you got back open, it definitely helped. And it was, it basically gave us free labor for 8 weeks. So like I said, I'm not complaining. I think that was terrific. But I think basically it got us to about even, but it didn't make up for all the lost revenue and the lost money during those closed months still. They have, like I said, it has assisted us. But the new program, and now this is where, if they're really doing this, I'm gonna be the happiest American citizen. So the new restaurant program that they're offering now is saying whatever your sales were minus what you got for PP&E on both of the occasions, they're gonna give us the difference. And that's how it reads. Has anybody read this one yet and seen this? This is gonna be crazy for the hospitality industry. So basically, for my example, let's say you did $12 million a year. And this year, because you were closed for 4 months last year, so instead of $12 million, you do $8 million. So you have a $4 million difference. And let's say between the two PP&E times, each time $500,000, so you got $1 million back. So hypothetically, based on this new program, if you did $12 million in 2019 and you did $8 million in 2020, and they gave you $1 million in PP&E, you're missing $3 million. They're going to cut a grant and give us restaurants, bars, nightclubs, $3 million. Now, if that's really what they're doing, I am blown away. And I'm not here to, obviously, hopefully nobody in the government's listening to me, but it doesn't make any sense because obviously, I think they should give us something because we were closed and we lost money. But if they give us all that money, obviously, on $1 million a month in sales, let's say you only made 20% margin. So you're only making $200,000. So if you're closed for 4 months, you lost, making, with my scenario I'm giving you guys, you lost making, let's say, $800,000. If they already give you $1 million in PP&E, you're actually now ahead, even though your revenue is down by $3 million. So if this new program is really how it reads, if anybody is taking a look at it, it is going to be incredible. you're going to see some very happy restaurant owners and bar owners and nightclub owners who are going to have a lot of money and a lot of funding to put back into the economy and put back into the staff. I mean, I've already known if I get this money, I mean, I'm obviously, I keep my places pretty on top and maintenance really well. And I'm not one of those, people where if something breaks that, I wait, 5 years to fix it, and we'll have no air conditioning for 6 months. I fix stuff right away. I like to take good care of them. But we definitely, if the government gives us this money, I'm definitely going to be able to reward some staff and do a lot of stuff. And I will be the happiest American citizen ever who pays taxes. So it'll be very interesting. But Shane says, "Hi, Raj. I enjoy both of your channels on Facebook. What are your thoughts on stock ticker ZOM?" So we've played this one, and what is this one back to, like $1 or so, $1.24? This was one that has picked up. The thing got all the way up to $2. The reason I remember this one so well is we played it. It was sitting around $1. I finally got my money out of it, and of course, just like everyone, probably it seems like it only happens to me, but. This one happens to me every time the Raja sells, stuff takes off. I sold, and that's when this thing like exploded to the $2.90. Then I thought about getting back in it, and then I was like, and well, I'm happy I didn't get back in it. But yeah, this one, like I said, you look at the 6-month chart. It's it's been up there. It kind of stayed in that area for a month or two, $2. But yeah, it's definitely pulled back, and there's probably some opportunity to pick up some. I think above $1 you're okay. I think $1.20, is $1.24, but I think it has an opportunity to come back some. So I think it'll be good. Definitely. I guess I should show you guys what I'm looking at. Sorry, but like I said, I think it's definitely will be good and stuff. What else you guys got? What else? The Raja coin. That's what we need. That's right. Just as a Raja coin. One day. How about maybe the Raja ETF one day? Once I get my account up to $25 million, then I'm going to go launch the ETF. That's going to be my goal. But hey guys, like I said, I'm blown away. Kenny and the research team, they actually did better than we thought. They're up even more money, $1,600 on a $46,000 in play. So terrific. That's 5% gain in a day. So you guys, so check out all those trades and stuff. Living the life to the fullest. The Raja, why do some people think investing is evil? Do they not like money and financial freedom? That's a good possibility. They may not like money or financial freedom. So I don't think that people think it's evil. I think what it is that people have had bad experiences. It's the same thing. Obviously I'm a gambler. The stock market's like gambling in the casino. If the first stock I told you to buy, if somebody said, hey grandpa, Elon Musk just tweeted Signal, this is going to be big, and you went and bought it at the $70, and now it's $3. You probably have a bad experience, and you probably think it's evil, and there's no chance of winning. It's the same thing like a casino. If you go to the casino your first time, and you bring $100 and you put in a slot machine, and you leave the casino with $10,000, you're gonna think gambling is the greatest thing in the world. If you put $100 in a slot machine and you lose that $100 in 3 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, and you don't feel you had any entertainment value, you'll probably think that gambling's evil. So, I think that's how you have to look at it. But and some people are jealous too. It's just like a slot machine. People play a slot machine, they lose all their money, and then somebody else comes up next spin. They hit the grand for $10,000, and people are like, oh my god, I just lost. I love when somebody's like, oh my god, I just lost $300 of that machine, and betting at $2 a spin, and they don't realize all of a sudden I come up and I'm playing at $50 a spin. They're like, oh, and you just hit $2,000, and I'm like, yes, I understand, but you betting $2, me betting $50 a spin and winning $2,000 is like you betting $2 and winning $8, or winning $80. If you bet $2 and win $80, it's the same as me betting $50 and winning 2,000, or somewhere in there. I don't know. I guess the easiest example would be like if you bet $1 and you win $12, that's the same as me betting $100 and winning $1,200. But people will go, oh my god, you got a jackpot, 1,200, congratulations, you did terrific. And like I said, it's the excitement and obviously the jackpots. But it's but the mathematic is still the same. So, and that's one of those things. It's the same with the stock market. When it's going to be no one's ever gonna ever be happy. But you guys, this is breaking news. One of our big plays that the research team is very heavily loaded up on. EEENF. Breaking news. They're confirming the oil find. So this is huge news. They are confirming the oil find. So the research team has 100,000 shares of this one. So I mean, this thing, I think didn't it get up to like 8 cents the other day? I mean, if this thing goes back to 8 cents, they could have a $6,000 day tomorrow. This is huge news. Wait, the thing got up to 20 cents the other day? Wow. Let's look at the 5-day chart. Yeah, when this thing ran the other day, yes. It was like the other day was the 8 cents. I don't know when it was. When was it ever 20 cents? What was that? April. This is 52-week range, 20 cents. I don't know when it ever got 20 cents, but if it gets back to this 8-9 cents tomorrow, this could be massive. We could have the Kenny and the research team could have a one heck of a, even if the thing goes to 4 cents, it's $2,000 day on a $2,000 investment. I mean, it's crazy. And like I said, guys, and like, Kenny always tells you he loves the dips on some of these. And yeah, this could be big news for tomorrow. So definitely be watching that. And hopefully it hits for him. Hopefully CCIV just goes up $10 tomorrow, and I hit mine too. But it'll definitely be interesting. KL says GameStop $50. Yep, that's my prediction. Look at the chart. Look at where it's going. Look at it selling off because nobody's buying it any longer. Volume stops. This thing drops. This thing, when I told you guys I should short it last week, it's down $30 from that point alone. When I originally told it and started shorting it, it was $348. Another one, remember I told you I wanted to short, is AMC, when that thing was at $14. Let's see how well that's doing. $9.42. Another one, I would have 30%, over 30% down. This is going to be big, like I said. So Oliver says GameStop 300 tomorrow. Oliver, if GameStop is $300 tomorrow, I am going to personally hire you for $1 million a year, and you can just pick all my stocks that are going to run because you obviously know something that no one else knows. But no. So Robert says ONTX. One thing, guys, when you do give us these stock symbols, let me know why. If there's something about the company news, because obviously all these companies, I don't, there's thousands of stocks. I don't know every single one that you guys send me, but looking at this one, it's been as low as 19 cents to $1.90. It's in the middle there. 6-month chart looks like it's coming down. 1-year chart. Without knowing anything about this one, I wouldn't be a buyer of it. If I had a profit, I'd be selling it and stuff. So Justin says, why haven't you reopened a short position on GameStop? Easy money, no. I am. I plan to. I've been watching it very closely. I almost did it the other day. I wish I did because I'd be up pretty good. But I have a lot of capital tied into CCIV right now. And also, I'm just kind of, like I said, I'm watching GameStop because here's what I know with the volatility and how it works. As GameStop, when there's less volatility and nobody's really thinking about it, and actually if it's stabilized for a day or two in a range, the premium in those options comes way down. I could save 20-30%. When GameStop's moving 10 points down every day, 3 days in a row, the options really aren't moving much, but the volatility goes up a lot more. So I'm paying a premium. And this is kind of what hurt me last time. When I bought GameStop, I think it was like 210 3 weeks out. I buy a 100 put. It's like 11 or $12 or something. Now with GameStop, and that was with the GameStop at 210 with 3 weeks. 3 weeks out right now with GameStop at 158 is $6. So it's 50% less volatility and premium than where it was before. So definitely, will be very interesting and stuff. So. What else we got? GC says Tesla. I think Tesla's going to have a good week this week. So, it should be pretty good. Like I said, I think Tesla's going to, if this Korean battery deal could be huge for everyone. Also, guys, for the market makers from Kenny and the research team, we got a lot of stuff going on. PVSP, SHMN, ILUS, GDET, EATR, VGID, SDRC, TRCI, EQLB, EWRC, SEVI, MCIC, and he'll be in the on our Patreon Facebook group, guys. He's going to be talking about these and giving you guys some more info and reasons of why he likes these for this coming week and especially for Monday. So it should be pretty good. Sandy, $6.99 super chat. XRP buy time now. Thought on Fubu. Thought of Fubu for tomorrow. Oops, there you go. XRP. The Ripple. I don't even know. Let's see what price it's at. XRP. Oops, pull it out. XRP. So it's what, $1.34? Yeah, things come up a lot. And there's Fubu, Fira, or no, it's FOMO. Fira messing up. Fubu. Oh, Fubu for tomorrow. Fubu. Let's see here. Fubu TV. Investor Council encourages Fubu TV to large losses to secure counsel before important. Well, this doesn't look good. If there's a big lawsuit and all this, I would guess, based on this headline, Fubu looks like it's probably going to be down tomorrow if they're telling everyone to get law firms and everything. Ripple, if Bitcoin and all that's on the rise right now, coming up, near highs. These things seem to run. Like I said, I have Wax Coin. That one got as high as, the 36 cents. It was at like 24, 26 cents again. It's come down, 24 cents. These are tough, and this was because of the NFT play. From where it was back in the day to where it is today. But if you look at the 1 month chart on this, like I said, it got up to that 34, 35 cents range, came all the way down to that 20 cents again. I was like, oh God, here it goes again. And then it popped back up. It came back pretty strong and dipped and, but this one at least, there's something, in play with it and stuff. But so it'll definitely be interesting. So I don't know, if you're a gambler, I'd say, XRP could keep going, if there's some news on it. But the Fubu TV, based on this news and telling people to secure counseling and stuff, that doesn't sound, for a class action suit, obviously they're going to have to spend some money. When a company's spending money, that means it's less money that they have the potential to make, and definitely be interesting. I don't know a whole lot about that one, but I would say anything with a lawsuit you want to stay away from, unless it's the company's suing someone and winning one. So definitely be interesting. Shane says, hi, Raja. Thank you for answering my previous question on ZOM. I'm thinking of buying several Leap 6 months, $70 calls on Fastly, stock article FSLY. Please, what are your thoughts on it? FSLY, Fastly. FSLY. I've heard that name before. All right, so if we look at 52-week range, $20 to $136, so that's $67. You're thinking about doing the $70 calls. So if you're going out for 6 months and you're that bullish on the stock, I would tell you, because you're going to pay a huge premium, I would either tell you, and if you like the stock, and you believe in the stock at that price point, why don't you just sell the puts to open on the $70 strike and, take that discount if it gets put to you. I'll show you some scenarios, and, we'll just pull up a chain. I'll show you what I look at when I'm looking at stuff. And it just depends, like I said, what your, play is. All right. So here's the chain. So if the stock's sitting at 67.86, so if you like the stock at 67.50, you could sell the put to open and get it $1.60 to $1.74. So you'd be into the stock price basically at a 30-cent discount from where it's at, and you'd be into it at $66, a little less than $66 a share. So if it drops some, you've got some protection. Buying, going out and buying a Leap on those calls, you said 6 months. So if you came out to September, let's say, on the $70 call, and you're paying $9 for that option, so the stock has to be basically above $80. So what you're telling me is, obviously if the stock goes to 100 or back to its high of what was it, 20 or something, you're going to do terrific no matter what. But if the stock doesn't, now you could also sell every week. You could buy these calls and then sell every week calls against it at a different strike price to generate some income and stuff. But I don't know. This would be my thing is if you're willing to spend this $10, I would just tell you to do a put and either buy the stock and be in it, or I just think that's a very lofty premium, and it's also a long time. When people do leaps, like the leaps make sense if you're going to, do calendar spreads, or you're going to do others, things against, like you want to buy something long term, but you're going to generate some income. But I mean, that's a really, really dangerous, not dangerous, but it's a long term play if something happens and it doesn't go anywhere. And that's why I don't always like, I'm not a big believer unless I'm hedging or doing something and it makes sense against it. But definitely be careful with it. You're just paying a lot of money for something that I think, like I said, you can make short-term money quickly on it, or you could, if you want to buy the stock anyways at $70 and you're gonna pay a $10 premium, just sell the 60. Even if you sell the $60 put on it for next week, with 5 days. 60, that's 12 cents. I don't know. You'd have to go. I mean, the thing is, the volatility is pretty low on this one. So sell the $66 one and get a buck out of it. I think it's a better play than doing the call and stuff. But that'd be up to you. But that would be my opinion on it. So he says, Bark says he wants to leverage without the theta decay. He might not have the capital for the puts. It's like renting the shares at a 70% discount. Well, yeah, I mean, when you sell that stuff, but you're still paying for it. So, I mean, and depending on how many you're doing, but yeah, you've like I said, if you're going to play something that's right near the strike price, I would hedge it every week because you're leaving a lot of money on the table. So, let's say he did the $70, contract at $9, and here we are, for this week, sell the, and you want to protect yourself because the stock's like 68.50, but he could sell, this, he has the right to buy the stock at $70, sell the 71.50, for 62 cents. At least every week you're generating some income. And if, based on the chart of this stock, if we look at like a 5-day chart, it looks like it's gone as high as about $70. So if you sell the 71, you're kind of limiting your risk. And if it goes down, it really doesn't matter. Your call is going to go down, but at least you got that money, out of it. But I don't know. Like I said, those would be my thoughts on it and how I'd play it. Thank you very much for your analysis. You're very welcome, Shane. But hey, guys, it has been lots of fun. I've got lots of exciting stuff going on this week. As everyone knows, I'm off to Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, the Hard Rock down there. And I've got about 40, 50 of my big jackpot family and friends coming down to join us. So it's going to be a great time. Looking forward to it. One of my sons is going. Michael's going. Jolene's not going, but Michael's coming. And unfortunately, last night in hockey, he had a minor dislocation in his shoulder. So, but it's not too bad. So it looks like we can still go and everything will be fine. You may have to wear a arm thing for some of the trip. But other exciting news, Jolene started working last night for me and she's working right now at the Ugly Dog Sports Cafe in the kitchen. So she's taking her cooking to a whole new level. And any of people in Colorado or in town, she's going to be working down there for me on the weekends. So you may be having her, Chef Jolene, cooking for you guys. But hey, thank you so much. It's also National Pet Day. So if you haven't checked out my picture of Brandy I put up, make sure you check it out. It's on my Instagram and Facebook. But to all the pets out there, happy National Pet Day. To all you guys, all my money makers out there, I hope you guys make lots of money in the markets this week. And let's fingers crossed. And I'm fingers crossed for the research team. It sounds like they could have a blowout day tomorrow and continue their hot streak. So, hey, guys, I'm the Raj. This is Raja Makes Money. You guys are the money makers, and best of luck in the markets this week. Take care, and I will see everybody tomorrow right here, 4:30 Mountain Standard Time. Best of luck, and enjoy.